Welcome to Chronicles. Is Jesus evil? I mean, is he of the devil? I mean, that is how radical Jesus is, because he says things that cause people to say, he's got to be Satan. I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it? That's the sort of Jesus we're looking at. And now we've seen that that Mark often talks in sort of sandwiches. You have a piece of bread, the meat in the middle, and a piece of bread. And we've dealt with the outside pieces of bread in the last Chronicles. We're now beginning to open up the meat in the middle, and there are several layers. We're going to deal with one layer of meat today. And Dean, you're reading for it.
BLT, right?
Yeah, it is a BLT. Yeah.
Right. Here we go. It's verse 22. And the teachers of the law who came down from Jerusalem said, "He is possessed by Beelzebul. By the prince of demons he is driving out demons." So Jesus called them over to him and began to speak to them in parables. "How can Satan drive out Satan? If a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. If a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan opposes himself and is divided, he cannot stand. His end has come."
Right, so, yeah. I mean, this is amazing, isn't it?
I said BLT, but that's bacon, lettuce, tomato. This is more like bacon.
It is, yeah, different layers of meat. Although this is a Jewish context, and I don't think they have bacon. But it is interesting, isn't it? Because we saw last time that his family, his mother and his brothers and sisters, are calling him out of his mind, and they're wanting to take control of him. And he said that his real family are those who listen to the word of God. But here's the religious leaders, and they're going sort of one step further, aren't they?
Yeah,
he's not only out of his mind, he's a demon. Yeah. He's of Satan.
Yeah, and he's the prince of demons.
Yeah,
right. So it's not just like a low level.
Yeah,
he's saying this is the top dog here.
And that where it says he's possessed by Beelzebul, you have to go back to the Old Testament to see, that was sort of pagan worship of this satanic god, and it means Lord of the Flies. Yeah. And where do you get flies?
Around death.
Yeah, around dead bodies or dog muck or filth or So what they're saying is, Jesus, you're filth. You're Lord of filth. You're Lord of death.
Yeah. But then he says, "Come over it.
Yeah,
come and have a smell." Look, come close, and let's see if there are any flies.
Yeah,
right.
But what is there any reason to think that Jesus is this evil?
None whatsoever.
I mean, what? So he's only ever brought life, hasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, in Mark itself, the only time we've heard the word death is, from the Pharisees
wanting to kill him.
They want to kill him.
Yeah, in chapter 3, verse 6, they want to already kill him.
So that's the only person. The only person who can, have that title of, Beelzebul, Prince of Demons, is the Pharisees themselves.
And isn't that interesting? The psychology of people. The very thing they do, they seem to sort of transfer onto someone else. And this is what we're like, isn't it? We hate something, and yet we're the very ones that are bringing death. And we start saying, "I'm not listening to him. He's of the devil."
It's the totally opposite way around. We always get things backwards, and that's what sin is, isn't it? It's a turning on its head of God's order. Right. So and that's what he goes on to say. Look, you are not talking sense. You're not being rational here.
No.
How can death come from life? The only thing I've ever done is bring life.
Yeah.
And you're accusing me of doing the opposite.
He's pushed out the Lord of the Flies, hasn't he? He's healed people. He's
spoken to he's spoken to demons with authority and told them to shut up. And,
that was the last thing, wasn't it? One of the last things. He told them to shut up because he has authority over them.
Exactly.
And they're called impure spirits, and yet he was bringing impure people to know him. So we saw that the leper had been healed. That's pushing out.
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, even the demons that we've seen in this in up till now, they know better than the Pharisees. They know who Jesus is. And the Pharisees,
they said, "You are the Son of God."
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. We're just putting up a thing locally on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's truth to tell stuff, isn't it?
Truth to tell, and it's just sort of the basics of the Christian faith. And I put it up on a neighbourhood group in Kingston, and immediately a bloke comes back with a picture of Satan. so this is live.
Yeah.
And I think when we say the truth of Jesus, people haven't got any option, and they talk nonsense. And that's what's happening here. They can't explain in their worldview that Jesus is the Son of God. And so they have to then start shouting Nazi or I'm not going to listen to you. You're of Satan. And it's not reasonable.
No, it's totally.
Yeah. So, okay, what's his answer then?
Well, he basically says, look, how can, if I'm driving out demons, if I'm pushing back death, how can I be the Lord of death? A house that is divided against itself cannot stand. He's just saying, look, this doesn't make sense. If an army goes into battle and it's squabbling amongst themselves, if a football team, a modern sort of illustration, if a football team is trying to win a game, but the defenders are all rucking each other, blaming each other for missing.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're done for.
Yeah,
and it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're divided, you're lost.
Yeah,
you're lost. That's what he's saying.
And then it points back to him, doesn't it? Because he's the one that is expelling Satan.
Yeah.
So there's another kingdom here.
Yeah.
So he can't be of that kingdom.
Yeah.
He's the one that's expelling disease and bringing, even Levi, who was seen as a sinful man, into his membership, into his family, and
I mean, that's the closest you can come to saying like the Pharisees have got a leg to stand on. Is that he's been inviting sinners and tax collectors. To himself.
But he's been grabbing from their kingdom, from the kingdom of Satan.
He hasn't been going into there and being influenced.
No.
He's been taking them from darkness to light, which is what Jesus is all about, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's the rescuer.
From darkness to light. Yeah.
So some really good stuff here. I think it's worth finishing there, and we're going to carry on with another piece of bacon.
It's one of my favourite stories.
It is. Brilliant. But I think the question is, who do you think Jesus is? And have you really investigated him? Because even the demons think that he is the Son of God. Now, if he is, you can't just, it's like Lewis, isn't it? You can't just say, oh, he's a nice bloke.
Fob him off.
No, he is either evil, or he's a loony, or he is the Lord.
Poached egg.
Well, we'll come back. See you next time.